The stock market nicely higher, at least as of 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's see in the last hour or so if we come back off of those highs. That has happened for several days now. We come off of those highs. But at this point, ask yourself, what more good news can come out to possibly drive the stock market higher? There is always the Trump effect. I absolutely understand that. He can say anything at any given time about anything, whether it's true or not, and drive stocks higher. That can also be said for driving stocks lower. Nvidia, the company, has earnings tomorrow after the bell. That can drive stocks higher or lower. Interest rates can continue to come down some. I think in the immediate term, that is bullish, and it's possibly with rates down a little, and I'll show you that in a second, one of the things that really aided today's higher stock market. And maybe an actual trade deal that comes through, but I could be wrong. I don't think we're actually anywhere near any real trade deal with any other company coming through. So where is the next bout of good news going to come from, as where the thing that has been steady the entire time is the economy is slowing? That is an absolute fact. So I can be wrong on the stock market on any given day. It can do whatever it wants to. But bigger picture here, do you agree with me or do you disagree with me? What do you think happens? Let me know in the comments. Here's the S&P 500 SPX. I have some new targets for you, and no, they're not higher, they're lower. My next target, point number 1, is my next target low of about 56.50. I then say we can get just a little dead cat bounce up to point number 2, DCB dead cat bounce, up to about 57.20. I then say we come down to point number 3, my second target low of about 5,600. Before then, we get more of a bear market rally up to point number 4 at about 57.80, and then I think we come down again. But these are the levels that I'm looking at. Gold down on the day, and you would expect that generally in a day where the stock market is higher, although I would really think that gold would be down more if things are really all of a sudden all rosy, and they're not. Gold so far, at least as of about 2:30 this afternoon, cannot even make an unconfirmed breakdown below the $3,320 an ounce level. As long as gold can't break below that level, I think it means that most investors are still pretty nervous about this stock market, and I think we can see higher gold prices. I still own my gold position. West Texas Intermediate crude oil, yep, as of about 2:43 in the afternoon here, making a confirmed breakdown below $61.53 a barrel. But as far as entering any new long or short trade here in oil, personally, I don't see one. I am not personally in an oil trade either long or short at the moment. I just personally don't think that oil prices are high enough or low enough to enter a trade. Bitcoin higher in the day as of about 2:36 in the afternoon, again with the previously confirmed breakout above about $108,600 a coin. The sky's the limit. I have no idea how far it can come up. As far as possibly shorting Bitcoin, I think I'm going to need a little bit more patience on this. I really need to see a little bit more basing, even a little bit more weakness before I do that, so patience on a Bitcoin trade. Interest rates, yields, the 10-year yield down on the day. Again, one of the things that has made the stock market higher on the day here, because at these relatively high levels for rates, it's bearish. It's a bearish thing. But we are still in that confirmed breakdown in that area below 4.54% and 4.43%, where we were literally at 2:33 this afternoon. Let's see what happens from here. If yields tick up again, in my opinion, at this high level, that is bearish. If they continue to come down a little from these high levels, I think that's bullish. Again, don't get confused with my kind of bigger picture scenario where in general terms, other than being pretty high on the yield curve here, in a bear market and slowing economy, which we are in and which we have, lower yields are bearish, but we'd have to come down a bit to get that bearish sentiment to kick in again. Natural gas, in my opinion, in an unconfirmed breakout as of about 2:40 this afternoon, above $3.66 a cubic foot, not enough for me to make a trade. And I would actually have to see natural gas come up to about $3.94 a cubic foot and then maybe show me a little bit of weakness to go short. As far as being long natural gas, no way. I would have to get in at lower prices from here, so patience on natural gas. This is not investment advice, and if you don't know me, I'm John Crocker, professional investor, proud American, cigar lover, and owner of Crocker Capital, LLC.